Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, Flame Toys shows off new Kuro Kara Kuri figures, the next wave of Blokees is revealed, and a mysterious toy store shows off new Studio Series and Age of the Primes box art. Today is Wednesday, February 19th, 2025, and this is episode 630 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that respects all sovereign nations. I'm your host Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
Creator, producer, and star of Empire of Rust, editor Mike.
I am a sovereign unto myself, and I demand the podcast respect.
You already have it.
Excellent.
No.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian beast.
I reject all takeover attempts, whether they be serious or not. Let's talk Transformers.
All right. I don't think Mike was trying to take over. He was just asserting his independence.
I felt like he was encroaching on my personal space.
I do that. I mean, he's not wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, as always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to contribute and support the show. We really appreciate it. If you are not a Donatron and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up. You get lots of perks. That includes bonus content, like our bonus show, We Like Big Bots, done by Daryl and Dr. Pants. You can get all 14 episodes on our Patreon page right now and enjoy all the big bots from Daryl and Dr. Pants collections. They show them off, and every episode is a different character, and it's a fun time. It's so fun. I wish we'd get more. I'm going to stop asking for it, but I'm just gonna hope and pray that one day we get some more Big Bots episodes.
It's a complete set, Charles. Why? What do you want? What do you want? You want to add to the complete set, and then it won't be complete anymore. It'll just be extra.
He wants a
Daryl's
complete set.
Yeah. I want a full Shelton of Big Bots episodes.
Oh, are we doing that again? I mean, I can get in on that.
All right. Also, we have Mike here to talk about Empire of Rust. So I made a little bit of a mistake last week. I jumped the gun. Said episodes were coming out. They weren't ready yet, but they are now ready. I promise they're ready now. They're out. They're on our YouTube page and on our podcast feed.
It's over. Don't even bother listening. It's not even there.
But Mike, why don't you tell everyone what the Daryl? Shut up, Daryl. Shut up, Daryl. The people who make content are talking now. Okay.
That's just some shots fired right over the border.
So, Empire of Rust, the main show is still on a little bit of a hiatus, so we should be getting new episodes March, I think. Is that...
Yeah, right around there. We're going to do weekly episodes for this one shot that a bunch of folks and I did. So we got 5 episodes that we're going to be releasing. And this
Mike
is going to be...
recorded himself playing with himself.
I would have to charge for that.
This is not OnlyFans.
Demand is there, though.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah. Anyway, so so a bunch of friends and I. So Matt from Empire of Rust, Dr. Pants from the show here, along with Brandon, one of the voice actors that I use for Empire of Rust. He's a huge Transformers fan, obviously. So he agreed to come on and record a video play, like a video actual play on the Transformers RPG from Renegade Games. So what we did is we did a one shot, lasted 2 nights, but still a one shot, and we recorded it, filmed us all for it, and it is going up on YouTube, and it's going to be 5 episodes. So it's pretty fun. It was a great time to be had. I will say that of all the one shots that I've ever run, the guys who are playing with me, they got into their characters hard, like really, really fast. And it was an amazing time. Whenever you have like something like a one shot, it can be a little tricky to kind of get characters going, but these folks, they knew their shit, and it is a very, very fun time. So the prologue episode and episode 1 are already out in the feeds. They were they went up on Monday. Episode 2 is coming next week, 3, and then 4 and 5. 5 is an epilogue episode, and both 4 and 5 will be released on the same week. So we got a full month of content for this, and yeah, it's gonna be a great time. I encourage all of you to watch it, and even if you don't want to see the actual video format for it, it is going to be up on the audio feed for Transmissions and for Empire of Rust. So even if you don't get the time to sit in front of a screen and actually watch it, you can still listen to it, still experience it.
Very cool. Yeah. So episodes 0 and 1 are out now. When this show goes up, they should already be out and available. So they should show up in your feed, and they will be on YouTube. So, like I promised this time, they really are. I know I said that last week, but no, they're really up this time. So they're already as I'm recording this, they're already scheduled in our YouTube account. They're already there. So
Yes,
don't worry, everyone.
I can confirm it's all done. It's all ready to go.
So enjoy, and let us know what you think. And if if you'd like to see, if you have tried out the Renegade Game Studios RPG, tabletop RPG, let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this, maybe you can convince Mike and the guys to do another one shot or do another campaign. If there's demand, maybe Mike will listen.
Maybe
he listens. Yeah. He listens more than Daryl does. I'll just say that.
What was that?
All right. Of course, we still have our Skybound Transformers #1 comic available, so you can pick that up at our website at transmissionspodcast.com/comic. So that is our exclusive Transmissions commissioned version of Transformers #1 with the cover art by E.J. Sue. And then we still have our Toy Hacks promo code. So for the month of February, that 15% off promo code is Love Missions. We love those missions. So Love Missions.
Can we just say for a moment that it's an absolutely ridiculous code?
They gave like I didn't pick that code. The Toy Hacks. I think the Toy Hacks folks were having fun with us. I think.
Well, I mean, they gave us the code because we did not give them a list of code suggestions. Yeah. So it's our fault. Really, it's Daryl's fault. We can blame him because they're Canadian. He's Canadian for now.
I mean, you know them, right, Daryl?
Yes, I do.
That's true.
Yeah, it is. I do know them. Yeah.
Just more confirmation that all Canadians know each other.
But yeah, so regardless of the ridiculousness of the code, it will still give you 15% off everything at toyhacks.com. So might as well still use it.
Rumor has it Love Missions is the title of the first episode of Mike's new show.
My exclusive OnlyFans show?
Yeah.
That's what you call cross promotion right there.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the
Mike
Transformers
tries to
talk.
find love on a show by himself.
Oh.
As I was saying, let's get into the Transformers talk. I mean, I think everyone can appreciate
Transformers,
self-love.
Charles. Transformers, Charles. Let's go to Transformers.
We got HasBlab.
All right, yeah, we have HasBlab. This is the new HasBlab, not the Omega Prime that we were all still waiting for, but this is the LioKaiser. And before we get into the actual update of the numbers, we have news that it is now up for pre-order in Australia for Australian $549, which is around $345 US. And they have a refundable deposit of $100 that will be refunded if the minimum global backing target of 10,000 units isn't reached. And same dates as the others. It'll be up until March 24th. Wonder if they will know before us because they're ahead of us in time. I don't know. They're by the global international dateline. Anyway, that's a stupid joke. But anyway, so people in Australia can get it. And then also we have China is available on the China Tmall store. They don't have the full price, but you only need a 200 yuan, which is around 27.38 US to deposit to pre-order it. And apparently there's a coupon. You can get it down to 181. It said that it has more than 3,000 pre-orders in a few hours, which is a good sign. I don't think those are added to the main numbers yet, but they will be to count for the 10,000. And then we have Singapore, which it'll be 590 Singapore dollars, about 435 US. And they're on Oh My Promise and Robo web stores. So if you are in Singapore, you can order it there. And I know that's a big, a lot of Transformer fans in Singapore. And then we have Mexico. It is available. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this store. It's the same store that's had all the other HasLabs. And it is 8,759 Mexican pesos, which is around 426 US dollars. Oh, and it's also on the Judgetron store in Mexico. So that is, we have one more. Korea has it via the official Hasbro Korea Naver web store. And it's 439,000 won, which is around 304 US dollars. So all the stores around the world. And then if you have a Hasbro Pulse, that's where you get it. But we also have on the Transformers official Instagram, they did a Meet the Bot Leozak, the scheming commander. And I guess they're going to go through all the different bots that make up LioKaiser. And it just goes through like who the character is. And then we have pictures of the toy. Got the alt mode, robot mode, and then the what's this guy named Daryl?
They're breast formers, aren't they?
Yeah, or chest formers, or is that what they're calling them now? Hasbro can't say breast.
It's 2025. You can call anything whatever you want to call it, but it is a breast former.
Yeah. So,
Kitty.
Anyway, and then here he is with that big spear. So good looking figure. And then I imagine they're going to do it for all the other components of this HasLab. And then finally in HasLab, we have the update on their numbers, and I'm going to refresh this just to make sure. I don't think it's changed. But as of today on Sunday when we're recording this, it went up by one. 5,089 backers of the target 10,000, and it's only been a week or so. So that's, pretty good. So project closes in 36 days and they are well over halfway. So I imagine they're going to hit this pretty easily. Daryl,
and if they already have 3,000 from China, maybe those will get added in. So we should be up to 8,000.
Yeah. So Daryl, have you decided if you're going to go in on this?
I mean, I'm still at the same stage I was at last week where I would love it. The issue is financial status at this point.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's far more expensive than HasLab has been in the past. Because they upped the price of it because it's probably more plastic, more engineering, but also the Canadian dollar is taking a shit. So it's not in the exchange rate is not on my side. Never really is, but it's much worse than it was in previous years. So it's a significant chunk of change for me. So probably not at this point. So we'll see.
We got just over a month.
Extra $500 Canadian, then maybe, but at this point, probably not.
Mike, what we haven't talked to you since this came out. What were your thoughts on this HasLab?
I want to like this. I really do. I'll put it this way. I like this more than I did the Omega Prime. I certainly do. And I think because at least for me, the Omega Prime felt very much just like a slight update to a figure that I already have, and it didn't. The Omega Prime didn't feel like it did anything that I really needed or that I didn't have. I don't have a LioKaiser. I had an opportunity to get one like years and years ago, like a good decade ago, but it was like $700 back then. Like the shop that it was in was overpricing it dramatically, but still, like I had the chance to get it, and I just like, no, not worth for $700. And this, like, I want to like it. There's a bunch of design decisions that I wish were different. And I think I'm going to echo Daryl a bit. I'm very much on the fence about this. If it was cheaper, I'd say, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'll still get it because it's a HasLab, but I want to support them. But yeah, I'm still very, very much on the fence on this one. I think the thing that bugs me is the design of the feet, that huge gap right above the toes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I feel that a HasLab figure should feel a lot more like a third-party figure. It should feel a lot more, just more to it. And this feels an awful lot like a typical Hasbro design.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't need, to me, it almost doesn't need to be a HasLab. Like it looks cool enough where I think it would have sold normally. Like if you just put the figures out or even did it as like a box set or something, it doesn't feel premium the same way that previous HasLabs have.
Yeah, it does feel like it's something that they didn't think would sell as well at retail, but it's that same quality.
Yeah. And when was it? When the B Plus team and I did our HasLab kind of retrospective, I think a lot of the same stuff was said where recent HasLab releases have not felt like the premium kind of feel that early HasLab stuff has. So, yeah. Yeah, in the end, that's kind of where I am on it. I want to like it. I might still get it. I'm still on the fence about it. But I wish the design was just more.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Death Cobra thing that they're going to put in. Like that feels like something that could, that would be a cool thing for like HasLab like this. Like that feels cool.
Yeah. And that's what DJ Ronan in the chat here said, that he's going to reevaluate once the tier 1 goal is reached and get the extra figures.
That's a good point. Yeah, reevaluate once like more people have come in here, because I think that if it didn't reach like 13,000, if it didn't reach that Death Cobra, if it didn't include like his weapon, like every version I have a one of the PVC figures, and even that has like the nunchuck weapon that he has, and it's like you can't put that's a tiny piece of plastic, and that's a tier, and then the third tier, the display stand. It's like, come on.
Yeah, and Daryl, Alex in the chat suggests that maybe you need to start an OnlyFans.
I've tried.
But anyway, that's all we got for HasLab this week. So I imagine there's going to be at least 3/4 of the way done next week. That's my prediction.
I can see that.
Breaking news. As I was editing the show this week, we got an update on HasLab before the show went up. So, Jeremy, what's that new information on the status of the new HasLab project?
Yeah, well, as we recorded last night on Sunday the 16th, we were just over halfway with the HasLab funding numbers, and now they're all the way there. So I just pulled up the page. They sent out emails saying that they've hit it. They're now at 11,380 out of their 10,000. So I don't know if this was those Chinese orders that we were talking about, or just all of the non-Hasbro Pulse store numbers dumped in, but that was like in less than 24 hours from when we recorded, they hit their goal. So that was really cool. And we didn't want to be a week and a half out of date from when we record next Sunday for the following Wednesday. So we wanted to go ahead and get this in, and we'll talk more about it. I'm sure with this velocity, they're going to get through the tiers pretty quick.
Yeah, I think now we're only 2,000 away, less than 2,000 away from Death Cobra. So I think I'm pretty much in for this now with Death Cobra right in sight. But yeah, and that they sent it on email to if you're a Hasbro Pulse member, they sent out emails to everyone. And the email says a surge of international excitement has propelled the Transformers Legacy HasLab LioKaiser combiner past 10,000 backers. So, yeah, I think all those international pre-orders that opened up last week that we did talk about in the show, I think finally got they were collecting those tallies, and they waited till Monday morning, I guess, to add them to the total. Yeah. But after
it's not like the international Hasbro Pulse stores where they get those numbers instantly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's cool. I think we're going to have to just leave a spot for audio edits. Just say, okay, this is the current number as of Monday or Tuesday for when we try to get these up.
Yep. All right. Well, that's good news for everyone who was looking forward to LioKaiser. And, I think I might be in for this now. So I think by next week, if we've already got Death Cobra, then maybe I'll already be saying, hey, I put my order in. So nice. We'll have to wait and see. But back to you, past Jeremy, Daryl, Mike, and Charles. Bye-bye. Yeah, I think if they get to Death Cobra, I think I'm probably in. That's where I'm leaning. I mean, I don't have LioKaiser. I've never had a version of LioKaiser, so it's tempting.
The version there was a version of LioKaiser that's either like coming out now or just finished. Iron Factory. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like honestly, the look of that is fucking amazing. Design wise, I absolutely adore that figure. And it's like, you know what? Just I don't want to say just license that, but it's a very simple couple of very simple things. Just go ahead and adjust that feet and everything. Yeah, I feel that if it looked like that, it would be a much easier yes for me. And it's just it's hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should get the Iron Factory figure. Forget HasLab.
There you go.
It's definitely an option. They have a Death Cobra too.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that's all for HasBlab. So let's go on to quick hits.
All right. And this week we are going to start off by talking about Wonderfest 2025 and the company Kuro Kara Kuri. No, it's Flame Toys is the company, and they brought their Kuro Kara Kuri items to Wonderfest and showed off 4 new figures. We've got the Rodimus, which they've already done before, but this is the Lost Light version, so they changed the paint. So we've got that there. Let's get to that, Jeremy.
I guess I didn't have the
Ho-hum.
picture there.
No.
There we go.
So yeah, so we've got that, and that looks really good. And that was in full color, or color prototype anyway. They also brought the prototype, a gray prototype of IDW Cyclonus. Yeah, and that looks really good. That I really, really like. I mean, all of these I'm going to like because they are just really super high-end figures, but the prices are going to be out of this world.
Did his swords in the comic have Decepticon logos on them, or is that something they added?
I don't remember. Charles?
No, he was not a Decepticon in the comic.
Right, I know.
He was explicitly not a Decepticon, so they must have added that.
Okay. But I like this. I like the one horn. Looks like it is a option, so you might have that. So I like the way this thing looks. It looks pretty badass. But IDW Cyclonus was awesome. They also brought a production sample of IDW Ultra Magnus, and if you remember this guy, he's a freaking beast. So I don't know whether this one contains a smaller robot. What was his name, Charles? I forget.
Minimus Ambus.
Minimus Ambus. That's right. Remember that in those complicated comics of old, when nobody punched anybody and everything was something else. Yeah.
Are you telling me that? Are you retconning that you enjoyed More Than Meets the Eye? Are you telling me now More Than Meets the Eye had not enough fighting for you and you didn't like it? Is that what you're telling me now?
I'm telling you, I enjoyed More Than Meets the Eye, but it did not have enough fighting for me. Yes.
Listen, you're both pretty. It's okay.
Yep. Go back and listen to our own episodes, Charles. I'm constantly complaining that nobody punched anybody. But this thing looks awesome. I probably won't buy this thing because it's probably, $800 and it's probably massive. We don't really have any sizes on these things, but they are probably awesome. So it looks fantastic. And then the last figure they brought is another production sample, and it's of Starscream. And this is a coronation kit adorned Starscream, and he's also got a sword for some reason. I don't know what this sword is, but he's got a sword, and he looks awesome.
He's King Arthur Starscream.
He looks great, and the cape looks like a soft goods cape, so with some wire, allowing you to kind of pose it in whatever kind of pose you would want. But it looks fantastic, and this is one of those things that again is going to be crazy expensive. But again, if you're looking for some expensive Flame Toys stuff, then here are 4 more pieces that you can potentially get, courtesy of Wonderfest.
Okay, next up, we've got a Optimus Prime Yolopark figure. So this is a non-transforming figure, but this is their transparent version. So it's I guess translucent. So it's I like the look of these, the way when they you know, it's a great action figure, but the translucent style appeals to me, and this looks really cool. Like you could just put it in put it under an LED lamp or something and have just the light show through it. It looks really cool. I mean, it's already a cool figure, but the translucent plastic just makes it even better in my opinion. So if you are interested in that, you can pick that up from Yolopark. So these are apparently out now since someone got them in hand images. So let's see. I think if in the Yolopark website, I didn't check what the price was, but it's probably reasonable.
I like that the back of his head has those little like screw things that you never really see, but that was like in the cartoon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was something that in the old media, and you never really see that in toys.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how well that clear the white transparent plastic holds up to light. You know, like will it yellow?
Mm.
I always worry about that with the lighter colors.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a concern. It still looks cool.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have this is via Takara Tomi's T-Spark YouTube channel, and it's a 40th anniversary studio series. We Are Not Alone stop motion. Not playing any audio here, but it is in Japanese, and it's basically all studio series figures from the Bay movies, G1, Transformers 1, just all sorts of studio series figures, and it's a stop motion, and the animation is really impressive. They do a lot of really good stop motion work. So just check this out. We'll have the link in our show notes. Like I said, it's in Japanese, but it's still, you can get the gist of what's happening, and very, very impressive stop motion work. So, check that out. And apparently I guess the Roomba is Unicron. There you go. So anyway, that we'll have that on our show notes, so check that out.
Next up, via Blokees, we have Wave 2 of the Galaxy Version Defender series. These are the small chibi-style blind box figures, and they've announced a bunch of new stuff here. Bumblebee, Wheeljack, Shatterglass Ironhide, Golden Soundwave, Starscream, Inferno, Bone Crusher, and Ultra Magnus, the White Prime Deco version. Inferno, Bone Crusher, Bumblebee, and Hook as vehicles, and 4 chase figures: a metallic Starscream, Shattered Glass Bumblebee, Coronation Starscream, and an armored Bumblebee. The armored Bumblebee is effectively just a gray and black version of B. No, I'm sorry, that's the Shattered Glass B. The armored one has like a little shield and stuff to him, which is kind of neat looking. These are these are the little chibi style figures coming in blind boxes, and it's rumored, I don't think it's actually confirmed yet by them, that the Constructicons, because they actually mention Devastator on their page, and it's at least believed that the Constructicons from Wave 2 and Wave 1 might be able to combine into Devastator in some way. So yeah, hopefully that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, looks like Daryl's got one.
Oh,
They cannot combine. Okay.
It
would be awesome if they could, but there is no way in hell they are going to combine.
What about the vehicle mode ones? Like, do you think those would be able to?
Maybe.
If they had some kind of frame and the vehicles just snap into.
Yeah.
So maybe, but the robot ones, there is no way the robot mode ones are going to combine. If they're would the robot mode ones, or sorry, the vehicle mode ones come with Devastator parts? But I mean, yeah, that would have to be the only way.
Now, those figures, like, did you have to put that together, or was it already pre-built for you?
Oh, they come in pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a whole thing. You didn't watch the episodes that I did it? No? No?
No, I didn't. I listen to the show. I don't watch the show.
Oh, you're missing out on so much cool content.
Well, once you start the OnlyFans, then I'll come back.
You gonna watch that?
Oh yeah, you know it.
All right, I know what I got to do. Put together Blokees.
You know what I'm into.
Nude.
Be sure to pull the camera back too. I want to be able to see more of you.
Moving on.
You want to play chicken? I can keep on going, bud.
So we've got a store, the Falcons Hangar, and on their Facebook page they put up, I guess they got some promotional standees or posters to put up with Transformers, that box art. And so we've got pictures that these are mirrored on TFW 2005. So these feature characters that we have not seen pictures of before. So and I think there's a clearer picture if you go forward there. Yeah, so that is Onyx Prime. So our first image of Onyx Prime here, the Beast Prime.
Is that a centaur?
Yeah, that's how he's been depicted traditionally. So that is Onyx Prime. Yeah. So the father or of all the Beast Transformers characters. So I imagine there will be a Beast Wars character that will be descendant of Onyx Prime. Then we also have on the other wall, the other poster with Prima and Solus Prime in front and center. That I believe is Alchemist Prime. So
he's got a mustache.
Yeah. So so these are two new primes in the Age of Prime lines. We get the character art for. We've also got Transformers 1, Starscream, and Alita 1 in another poster. Yeah, you went too far. Go back. One more. There it is. Oh no, sorry, that's not it. But those characters in there are in that one.
It's the left one here.
Oh yeah, there's the Starscream and Alita 1, and then we also have if you go to that other poster, it was I believe it was 86 liter Grimlock, a repack of that with new box art. There we go.
There we go.
So yeah, right down in the corner there. And then we've also got War for Cybertron Thundercracker right above him with new box art. So I look into and those are Studio Series figures, of course. War for Cybertron Gamer Edition, and then the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. So yeah, I thought the two new Prime artworks were interesting. So we'll probably got a little bit of time before we see the figures of those. I wonder what Alchemist Prime transforms into, and I wonder what, I guess, Onyx Prime, as being a centaur, what does he transform into? So I guess we'll see.
Probably a truck.
Truck, not centaur.
Well, I mean, probably just more of a full beast. You can see some fur up here.
All right. And lastly, we are going to touch base on some third-party stuff here. Mastermind Creations a company we have not talked about in a while, is coming to the table with their R53, which is odd because I thought their reformatted line was done, unless this is just like a redo of an old figure. I can't remember, but this is their Tyrantron or Tyrantron. I can't remember.
Tyrantron, like tyrant, you know?
Yeah, I get that, but it's now you got two T's, right? Tyrantron?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I believe
Tyrantron Rise.
This is a redo of the previous Tyrantron as in Stormbringer colors.
Right. Yes. So yes, as Charles mentioned, this is Stormbringer Megatron, and this thing looks pretty awesome. So this comes to us from Dime Chalk, another name we have not mentioned in a while, and I think this is awesome. So this is a really good partner figure for the Optus Pexus that they gave us a number of years ago. More of that early IDW designs, and this thing looks amazing. A really cool tank mode that Jeremy will get to in a second. A number of different facial options. We've got three faces, but two different buckets, if you want to call them that. It's Megatron. Let's call them buckets. So you can mix and match and make a bunch of different face options. It's pretty awesome to see the retool that they've done on this guy, and the tank mode is just awesome. Very early IDW, and I like it quite a lot. And there's a side by side with the other reformatted Megatron, and it looks awesome. I really like the work they've done on this to update it for the Stormbringer line, and the side by side with the Optus Pexus, it looks fantastic. I kind of want to get this. I know it's going to be expensive, but I do have the Optics Pexus, so I know that they'd look fantastic with each other. And there's this one picture, I think Jeremy's probably gone by it. It's one of the first pictures, Jeremy. It's the 8th picture, TR008. You can see the knee bend. It's like this super hype, like knee bend that they've got on him. So in the same vein as Optus Pexus, where the articulation is just otherworldly, they seem to have done another job on this one just to give it that insane amount of articulation. I don't think he's going to be as crazy as Optus Pexus because of the limitations of the kibble, but they seem to have given it as much as possible, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this, and it's been a while since I bought a third-party Megatron. I might look to get this.
Those look amazing. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's all our toy talk. So let's move on to trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And Trips to the Store is powered by our friends at TeePublic. You can check out all our Transmissions merchandise, like cool shirts, mugs, and other stuff at transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. And anything you buy from that store will help us out. So you don't have to buy our merchandise. You buy anything from TeePublic, just use our link, and that still gives a little bit of support back to Transmissions. So use that link, transmissionspodcast.com/TeePublic. Okay, let's show off the stuff we got this week. We're going to start with Daryl.
Yeah, not a lot going on this week. All I got is a comic. So I'm going to show it. Number 17, Transformers. And yeah, that's all I got. Bunch of other comics I bought. Maybe I should show them. Let's get them. No, I'm not going to do that to you. Transformers show. We show Transformers stuff. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Mike, Daryl has set the tone for trips to the store.
Well, I'm going to echo Daryl with my own transmission 17. Transformers 17. So that. And the other thing I got was the latest book on the Transformers RPG, the Techno Organic Secrets book. So you can make Beast Wars characters, any kind of animal mode Transformers. So yeah, it's a nice book. Includes some rules for specifically for like animal based combiners. So like the Magnaboss and the Tripredacus characters from Beast Wars. Talks about other characters like Predaking, stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully we get a chance to put some of it to use. We actually got to use the all of the books that have been released for the Empire Rush special that we're doing. So yeah, fun stuff.
Cool. All right, Jeremy, you're up next.
All right. I went to the comic shop for the first time since November after I saw Captain America on Friday. So I have lots of comics, and I'm going to start off with non-Transformers related. I got G.I. Joe Real American Hero. Was it 313 or 311, 12, and 13? This is the Larry Hama book. I get them. I haven't read them. I haven't read any of them. I don't know why I get them.
Oh.
But I hear they're good. I got Energon Universe Scarlet number 5. This was telling you like how far back it's been. Destro number 5. And then G.I. Joe, which we're going to review on alt mode this week. I got 1, 2, and 3. And then Void Rivals. I got 13 through 16. So
I can just see Daryl's anger boiling off of him right now.
that's why I didn't start with Transformers. Although it probably would have made him even more mad if I saved the G.I. Joe for last. But then I got Transformers 13, 14. I'm drawing this out. 15, 16, and then the one that everyone else has, 17. So I am now up to date with my comics, and hopefully it's not another 4 months till I get a chance to go over again.
All right. So it falls to me. I did not make it to the comic shop this week, so I did not pick up Transformers number 17 yet. So that's
Charles.
Got something to look forward to for next week. But what I did pick up, so this is thanks to our regular listener, Alex, who I believe is in the chat right now. So last week I showed off that I had picked up the Mandalorian Transformer that came from Hasbro Pulse. It arrived last week. And Alex, and I was complaining that there's no little Grogu to go in the cockpit there. And Alex said, "Hey, you can order that. There's a Star Wars figure that will fit right in that cockpit, and it's on Amazon." So I did that. I ordered the little Grogu to go into my Mandalorian. So
I've also heard that the little mini Lego Grogu fits in there.
He seems awfully big to fit in there. You think he will?
I mean, well, I'm going by Alex. Alex hasn't steered me wrong. So
Okay.
I think it's small, like without his little bassinet. I think he will fit in there. So I will report back next week. I will open these next week, and then we'll see if they actually fit.
You're stretching that Mandalorian out for 3 weeks. Gotta respect it. And he says he posted some pics in our Discord. So
I'll go take a look.
All right. Yeah.
good chance to plug
There you
the
go.
Discord. Transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. It's free. Join us.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So that's all for Trips to the Store. Let's move on with the rest of the show.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right. We will finish up the show with a little bit of feedback. All right. On our YouTube channel. So we have a little bit of feedback from last week's episode. And we have a couple of people who wrote in. So first is Sarah Quinn 6849, and they say, I believe the Elbat instead of Hellbat thing is a trademark issue, as DC has Batman's Hellbat armor, so DC may own the rights to the Hellbat name. So I believe we did already say that in the episode, so maybe you didn't watch to the end of the episode, because we did talk about that.
We've all been guilty of leaving a comment before something has been explained. But thank you for writing in. That is, I think that is the conclusion we reached as well. So, thank you for clarifying that.
Please write in again and say, "Yeah, I get it, Charles."
And we also had a comment from one of our regular commenters, Stuart 118 Tyler. So they said, since we're getting what amounts to a comics line, I'd love for Hasbro to do some of the Dreamwave stuff, especially War Within Optimus Prime and Grimlock. I'll take anything designed by Don Figueroa, the Devil's Due Transformers, G.I. Joe like Art of War, even the World War II versions done by Jay Lee. Really excited for the Hearts of Steel figures. Well, we did, this is now 20 years ago, we did have the Titanium line that was the War Within figures. I mean, I believe...
Those weren't good figures, Charles.
Yeah, I know everyone says they were bad, but they do exist. They do exist.
Isn't that what caused Don Figueroa to get all upset with Hasbro?
No, that was
or?
That was Stealth Bomber Megatron in the IDW era. That was what got him upset. The titanium lines they tried to do die cast figures, but they were very top heavy, and so none of the figures could stand up.
Yeah, I have one of those War Within Optimus Primes, and it just goes.
Yeah,
I have the Grimlock from that line. It's not that.
Well,
not a great figure.
Those are the two figures Stuart wants. He wants an Optimus Prime and Grimlock from War Within. So,
I mean, I would love for them to try to mend the bridges with Don Figueroa and get him involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, the people who he had problems with are not there anymore in the Hasbro design team. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Stuart, maybe we will get some more Within figures if the comic line gets more successful. I mean, I pre-ordered the Hearts of Steel figures, so hopefully those do well, and they'll keep producing more. So,
I mean, you got to think War Within is just asking for figures. There have been so many, but it's just such cool designs.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, but Stuart, definitely look up on TF Wiki the Titanium line, and you can see what those figures look like. Unfortunately, they were not great, but you can at least see that what Hasbro has already done. Wait, those are now nostalgia figures from over 20 years ago. So, all right, that will do it for this episode of Transmissions. As always, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. These are the folks who continue to support the podcast at our highest level on Patreon. So that's why we believe they get a mention in every episode. So thank you once again to John Force Levengood and Steve C. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. And we really appreciate everyone else for hanging out with us, watching the show. Thanks, as always. Mike, thanks for coming through and telling us about the new Empire of Rust project and everything. Anything else you'd like to promote?
Not at the moment. Just keep an eye on the Empire of Rust feed, and we'll be getting back to normal episodes as soon as this special is all done. And then, yeah, keep on going from there.
All right. Yeah, so check that out on our YouTube channel or on our as the audio feed on transmissionspodcast.com/rust. So you can check those out and let us know what you think. All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.